Hey, y'all. What's going on? What's good? Thank y'all for tagging in and watching. I like to say, please subscribe and like, y'all. It really helps your girl, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much to all my supporters. So we are now on Daryl Dixon Season 3, Episode 6, y'all. Contrabando. Okay, so where we had left off, y'all, Daryl was heading to Barcelona. Okay, after all of that tragic stuff going on with him helping the limbos out, you know what I'm saying, and everything. So now here we are in the beginning of this episode, and Daryl arrives to Barcelona with Paz, who is assisting him in Barcelona because he don't know nothing about where he is, where he at. And so, that is a good thing right there. He has a little partner with him, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to go rescue Justina. Okay, because what are he gonna do? What's he gonna do, y'all? By himself. I don't know. Daryl trying to be Superman. God dang. He Batman up in here. But anyway, alright, y'all. So then we have Carol and Antonio sitting and watching a movie. Like a family movie with Roberto. I'm sorry, Roberto. They're with Roberto at bedside, and they're watching a family movie with Roberto's mom and Antonio in it. It's when Roberto was very young and stuff like that. So, just pulling those memories up to make him feel better and get better. Because he's getting better. He's waking up. He's woken up at this point and feeling better. So, than he was. So, yeah, now you got Fide. He walks in, y'all. And before that, he was talking to his moms about just random stuff, y'all. And his mom was concerned about him finding love and things. And she was like, I know you had like a little flingy fling, a little girl that you had some feelings for back then, but about now. And he's like, he's just telling her that she's all he needs, and he gives her a hug and kiss and whatever. Woo. And she's like, yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about. You know what kind of love I mean. And so then boom, yeah, I'm trying to figure out, is the woman that he holding this picture of Roberto's mama? Cause I'm so confused. I'm like, wait, is that her? Did he like Antonio's girl? Did Antonio steal Fide's girl? I'm confused. Okay. So boom, I'm like, I'm just right there, you know what I mean, on that note. Because he got it in a little treasure chest drawer, locked and keyed, okay? And he pulls it out and he's like yeah, so he's just admiring it and everything, the picture too hard. So anyway, I don't know, y'all. So I don't know if it's Roberto's mama or not. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure. Somebody let me know in the comments, okay? Hold on. Fide walks in the room while Carol and Antonio is watching the video or whatever, right? And boom, so Antonio turns off the TV as Fide's like, looking. And so then he brings up the fact that he acknowledges that, like, he curious as to where her friend is, which is Daryl. Talking to Carol, it's like, where's your friend? Woo. And Carol's just like, oh, Daryl, he's always working, pretty, da-da-da-da, right? And just kind of like brushing it off. Like, so you ain't gonna say nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing, neither type stuff, right? Conversations. And then Fide gets interrupted by being needed by somebody else. And Sergio, he meets Sergi that guy at the zombies where they captured and stuff like that, the Walking of the Dead. And Fide just covering his nose. He like, nah, I don't like this spot. I don't like this area stank. And so like so he what do you want, what's going on? And so Sergi's just like explaining and describing the zombie man. That he recognizes these El Alcazar, men. So boom. Then Fergie's like, okay, so then okay about that, all right. And what about the boat? Like, did you check it? And he like, yeah. Ain't nobody. Sergi like, yeah. Ain't nobody been there since for like 3 days now, but right? Over 3 days. So I'm like, oh shoot. Now he don't know. Now he got the memo that, Daryl ain't over there at the boat. So, woo. I think he, gonna be on some little sneaky stuff now. Some little And so, boom. So now he know Daryl isn't at the boat. And then, so it's like he senses like Daryl is up to something or something like that, right, y'all? So he sensing that Daryl up to something. Daryl is up to something. He been up to something. Y'all late. Meanwhile, Carol accidentally pops it on Antonio taking a shiz hour, y'all. And takes the bowl from the cat or whatever, and she like kind of runs into Antonio's shower, and she's like, oh! Y'all, this is like this is just the American vibe of oops, and they crushing and whatever. So that he encountered she could take a shower, and he meant to say that he kind of messed up. She just like, I was just looking for the screwdriver to fix the boat. And like then boom, like he's like, well, you can take a shower, and after I take one. I meant after I take one. Oh shoot. She just kind of walks off, whatever. Whoop, y'all, right? Antonio's like, ugh. And finishes up and whatever with that, and so it's Daryl and Paz are trying to get into this lock and guard area, which is where the refuge community is, where Paz pretty much knows who they are, and they recognize each other, and they get reunited and stuff. And she say the girl name, I believe it's Laria, and she was like, Paz, and then like they hug up and whatever. And then Daryl just looking at the person that got the arrow bow and arrow pointed out, she kind of pulled it down like nice bow and arrow type stuff, like nice to meet you, put it down, see, I'm saved. Like type stuff. So let's go. So they start walking further into their community and whatever, and getting acquainted and stuff like that. Paz reunites with a guy named Khalid, who are friend. They hug. They she's so happy to see him, excited. Daryl is greeted by them and whatever, and Paz kind of pretty much brings up I guess it was Khalid's girl, I think her name was Nazira or something like that, and he was just like, yeah, she died 2 years ago, and they she just gave her condolences and stuff like that. And then Khalid offers them, he says they must be hungry, and they offers them to sit down and eat, right? Of course they ain't finna refuse that number, and they they gather around the table, as this girl, I guess, who's like a award winner or whatever, like she's a real good musician, she's singing and guitar and whatever, and they are communicating within the table around as they eat and get and conversate about stuff they trying to do when it comes to getting to Alcazar, right? So yeah. Then y'all, okay, so you got Fide being sneaky and putting poison in Roberto's tea. Okay, not good. Not good look, Fide. And so, boom, I'm like, what's going on? So Carol recognized this and Antonio and whatnot, and she's letting him know, like, cause his fever head was going good, and he was going all right, and then he automatically just like goes back into a fever rush, right? Um, so, um, what happens is Carol, she goes and she's like, I'm finna get this medicine for Roberto, right? Antonio like, I'm gonna get this. She sneaks in. You know, she waits till Sergi and whatever else guys of the South Delmar walk on by, because she about to get caught. And she goes and she gets in there. And then boom, she get caught, y'all. She get caught by by Fide mama. And she's just like, you know, but she looking through the drawer and whatnot. She looking through the drawer and, you know, looking for the medicine. And, you know, she just found the compass that Roberto had got. I mean, that they had found from Justina, and them getting caught up at whatever her and Roberto. And then boom, you know, so Fide mom got the gun, she got the shot, she ain't about to shoot Carol, bro. So Carol like, no, please, like, your son's a liar. He been lying. And her mama just like, no, my son's not lying. Like, what are you talking about? And so, you know, of course, you're not gonna think that at first. And then as Carol started to explain, good thing she started, when she had left before, she had went out and had a little moment with Valentina. Her and Valentina was talking, you know what I'm saying, because she over there crushing with Antonio, Carol, and you know, so they keep giving eyes and stuff like that from the boat to the ocean. God dang. And Valentina, she just witnessing all of it and just, you know, trying to get some tea about it, you know what I mean? And so she give her the little, you know, Spanish book or whatever. It's good to know a little, you know, blasey. And, you know, she's just like kind of saying some things outside of the book. And, you know, that's what happened. And so good thing she did read that little book, because she was able to say what she needed to say to Fide mama before she got shot. And so, you know, yeah, Fide mama, she gives a necklace to him and whatever, because she realized she telling the truth. She put the gun down and everything, y'all. And then boom, I'm like, okay, so she get that look. She has that look like, oh my goodness, my son. You know, like, oh my God. And just caught up in his lie now, Fide. So Carol goes on to go, you know, help Roberto out and give him the medicine and stuff, and he gets better. Meanwhile, Antonio is watching this movie. This show. What's not a show, y'all? Not a show or a movie. Another video, like a family home video. His old documentary of some tourism or something like that. They want their own like country or whatever. And I guess Roberto's mom did not want that. She didn't want to do it. She was like scared or whatever. She's trying to go. She don't want to do it. She's not feeling it. But, you know, he got her, you know, into it and whatever. So he feel like it's all his fault. It's very sad, you know what I'm saying? And so Carol crying, and then, you know, the explosion happening to his Roberto's mom as she was trying to get the people's attention in the car on the video. And then, you know, he's just Antonio's just in his devastations of thought and feeling guilty and stuff like that he hadn't told Roberto what really happened. And then Roberto pretty much wakes up, y'all. He wakes up, he's feeling good, he wakes up, and he comes in there, and he's at that, when he walks in, he sees the moment of his mom dying, and woo, you know. So Antonio gets up, trying to chase him, call after him and whatever, but you know, that was dead at that moment. You know, he let the boy get his little emotion out, whatever. But meanwhile, Daryl and Paz got a mission to do. They trying to get up in there and get Justina and save, come to the rescue, okay? And so they get the little refugee community to come along with them and plot this plan to stop them at entrance. Because what they got is, y'all, they got the whole border around zombies to block off to keep their community safe or whatever, right? And I'm like, dang. So in order for them to get through, they got to catch them at the gate where they got to go through from where the zombies are blocking. And, you know, it starts to get real, okay? Because they pull up. And I mean, when they pull up, they pull up. Okay, so they didn't really know one of the guards. One of the guards got captivated, I guess. And then boom. Okay, it's going down, y'all. It's going down. Daryl trying to save Justina. You know, you got Paz's little girlfriend, whatever, up there peeking a boo and realizing it's them and Daryl and her. And then Leah, she gets, oh my God, y'all, got by the Walking Dead because she was trying to stop this car, but Paz was so prone to not hurting Elena. She was like, oh no, what are you doing? You know. And then boom, all the zombies come out, and then oh my goodness, it just gets worse. So as they come in, Daryl trying to unlock the Justina out of the gate and whatever, out of which her, you know, where she captivated, and he can't get to her in time, y'all. And I'm just like, oh my God, I thought the guard had the key. Why the key not working, and why he can't get it open? Oh, it was so devastating, y'all. It was just horrible. Mission failed. Okay. Okay, so y'all don't really want to ruin it for y'all. So we got the season finale coming up, and Daryl and Paz done gone to Alcazar to get Justina and them. And then, you know, we still got Roberto and Antonio and Carol. They finna be getting into it with Fide. And, let's see what happens, y'all. I'm excited. Oh my God. No, it's about to end. No, okay, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen, y'all? Oh my God. All right. Peace out. I guess we gotta stay tuned. Peace, peace, peace.